your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Snowbreak Containment Zone video, and today we're just going to be talking about Fenny Coronet. By the way, if you happen to like the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. So Fenny Coronet is SS tier on the CN tier list for a reason. For one, she's a shotgun character, so if you're dealing with enemies that get ricocheted by pistols and other guns, then you can just bring out Fenny and she'll be able to take care of them real easily. Also, Fenny Coronet just deals a lot of damage, and she also has some pretty good support capabilities by speeding up the fire rate of her allies. Now, her standard skill, Optimal Condition, forms a ring of electricity dealing electric damage, and Fenny enters the Crown of Thorns state. While in this Crown of Thorns state, whenever she shoots a bullet, she gets a mercy point, and the more mercy points she has, the speedier her shots will be. She can only get 80 mercy points at max. The mercy points deplete over time, however, the more points you have, the faster they will be depleted. Her standard skill is her main source of damage. If you are going to be using her as a main DPS, you are going to be using this skill quite a lot. The ring of electricity is pretty small, so if you do want the ring to hit an enemy, you do kind of have to be pretty close to the enemy. However, you don't even need to really be close to the enemy to use this skill. You're only using this skill to increase the speed of her shots. Now, her support skill, The Chosen, whoever is on the field will have their rate of fire increased by 30% for 8 seconds. This support skill can only be used on whoever's on the field at the time, whoever you're controlling at the time. However, she does get a neuron skill that basically applies this support skill to the whole party. So if you want another character in the party to get the buff, you can basically unlock this neuron and, there you go. The second neuron for this skill basically increases the duration of The Chosen by 2 seconds. So it'll be a max of 10 seconds. To be honest, I kind of use Fenny just for this most of the time. Any character can make use out of this buff because, who would not want a faster speed for their shots? The only real downside of this support skill is it doesn't really damage the enemies. It's just a buff. Now, as for Fenny Coronet's ultimate center stage, Fenny makes a golden domain that lasts for 10 seconds, dealing electrical damage to those that are in this domain. This ultimate is a way for Fenny to interrupt the enemy, so if you want to interrupt the enemy from using their special skill, you use this ultimate. If you manage to unlock both of the neurons for this skill, it will paralyze the enemies that are in the domain, and Fenny inside this domain will take reduced damage. Paralyzing enemies, I don't think I have to say why that's good. While they're paralyzed, that gives you more time to gun them down. And since Fenny does take reduced damage while this domain is up, you don't really have to worry about Fenny dying. You can be as close as you want to the enemy without, dying. And combine this with the amount of damage that she deals, she is an excellent main DPS. However, you can also just use her as like a speed slut, right? You can use her to speed up the shots of your allies. So you have two unique ways to play her, and I think she is a pretty good option for the SSR selector. If you already have Yao, or you just don't feel like playing Yao because she looks boring, then Fenny is a pretty good second option. With her support skill, you can put her on any team, and if you're lacking a main DPS, you can use her as a main DPS. Fenny so far is probably one of my favorite characters in the game, personality-wise and gameplay-wise. Although I do prefer to play Kaguya Acacia as a main TBS. I mainly just use Fenny as the speed buff slut. But anyways, if you are intending to use Fenny Coronet as your speed up slut, you don't even have to worry about manifestations, because all of Fenny Coronet's manifestation basically emphasize on her damage, increase her damage. None of her manifestations really help with her support capabilities. On her M1, the Crown of Thorns no longer has a time limit, and it remains until the mercy points are all consumed. So she'll be able to stay in her Crown of Thorns state a little bit longer, thus enabling her to deal more DPS. M2, when equipped with an electrical weapon and she is in the Crown of Thorns state, each pellet gives 1.7 mercy points. So she'll get more mercy points, thus she'll be able to speed up her shots a little bit more quickly, if that makes sense. M3, the mercy points exceed the max limit. The game does not specify how many more mercy points you'll get, but you'll no longer have 80 mercy points you'll have higher than 80. If anyone like somehow knows how much, be sure to let me know in the comments, because that's kind of interesting. At M4, the Crowns of Thorns state her rate of fire will be increased by 0.95%, so more DPS for Fenny. And at M5, when mercy points reach max, Fenny's electrical damage is increased by 15%. Now, it will be pretty hard to say and think on how much time it will take for her to reach that much electrical damage, since we don't know how many mercy points she additionally gets, but she does get more damage at M5. So based off of the manifestations that she gets, I assume that the developers want people to play Fenny Coronet as a main DPS. But overall, Fenny Coronet is a really great character. You're not going to be wasting any resources on investing in her. I think she's a pretty good character to invest in if you do happen to have her. I do think that the CN players did put her on double S tier for a reason. She's a very good main DPS. She has some pretty good support capabilities. That's all I really have to say about the queen, Fenny Coronet. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you like playing as Fenny Coronet? Do you want her? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later.
Bye bye now. Come again soon.